Well, OPEC Plus denying the United States' request to boost oil output. This after OPEC and its allies already agreed to increase output by 400,000 barrels per day a month starting this month. I want to bring in United Refining Company Chairman and CEO Gristedes and D'Agostino Foods President, Chairman and CEO, and Red Apple Group Chairman and CEO John Catsimatidis. I think he knows a little thing about politics as well. John, it's good to see you. Good morning.
Well, thank you for having me this morning. There's very serious situations going on in our country right now. It's a matter of national security. We are about to transfer a lot of wealth. We're transferring a lot of wealth because of inflation. We're transferring a lot of wealth because of the situation of what's going on in our country, closing down that pipeline from the United States and opening up the pipeline in Russia. That's a transfer of wealth. Instead of the United States selling oil production to the world, it's going to be Russia, OPEC, selling oil production to the world. And even though the prices are down to $65, $67 a barrel right now, it's headed north. OPEC does not want to raise the amount of production because they'd rather sell another 10 million or another amount of oil at a higher price. And they're going to be getting $75 a barrel, and they may be headed to $80 a barrel. So it's a transfer of wealth from the United States to OPEC countries, to Russia. And on the other side of the world, we're pushing batteries for electric cars. Transfer of wealth. Who makes the batteries? China. Transfer of wealth from the United States to China. And China needs lithium for their batteries. Guess what? We just gave them Afghanistan. That's where the lithium is.
Yeah.
And transfer of wealth. And I think that's it's inflation. It's costing the middle class. It's the rich. It's not the rich that are getting hurt. It's the poor and the middle class in America that are going to be hurt because of inflation. When oil goes up, transportation costs go up. And what happens? Food is going to go up.
Inflation.
We have, in our supermarket chains, we have had price increases coming for September and October.
Yeah. No, inflation. No, I actually agree with you. I want to point out something, too, that you said about when we were talking about OPEC Plus is that, you know, who's profited? Investors. If you look year to date at the best, whether it's an index or a commodity or an ETF, everything that you can invest in, right? The biggest percentage gain for the year, gasoline, 56%, nat gas, 55%, crude oil, 38%. So investors are making money off of this. But to your point, and this is kind of, I think, the troubling issue for the economy, is that the consumer is getting hurt, you know, and now you've at least got at least some senior staffers at the U.S. Central Bank talking about inflation. They're saying that we're going to need inflation if you're going to get a jobs boom. And I do want to point out also, because this just came up last hour, that, you know, the unemployment, that extended unemployment benefit will end in September, we think, unless the Biden administration does something. I don't know, but
Washington is lying to the consumer. They're saying that we're going to increase taxes on corporations. We're going to increase taxes on the rich. But when you increase taxes on the corporations, guess what those corporations do? They increase their prices and reflect it to the consumer. They reflect it to the people that least can afford to pay. The rich people, they'll pay. The poor people, the middle class people, paying more for their food, more for their gasoline, more for their heating oil. This is a tax on the middle class. This is a tax on the poor. And this is what the American people have to realize. There's an attack on America. There's a transfer of wealth. They're going to take all the money America has, and America has made the last 4 years, transfer it to China, transfer it to OPEC, transfer it to Russia. I mean, I have tears in my eyes because what's happening in America right now is very, very serious, and the American people have to wake up. And like I say on my radio show, you know what I say? I say, open up the window and yell out, we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore because that's what's happening.
No, I agree. No, and I think, despite, like I said, what the markets have been doing, I think that you're right, the consumer is reacting. I want to bring in Steve Forbes into this. Steve, go ahead.
John, in terms of oil, is there any hope of the new governor coming in New York of removing that fracking ban on upstate New York and let upstate New York enjoy some prosperity in the future? Any chance of that?
I would hope so.
And if not, are you going to run against her?
No, right now I'm having breakfast with her on Saturday morning, Steve. You're welcome to come if you're out in the Hamptons. I think she's a common sense person, and I'm hoping that she comes up with more common sense solutions for our state.
So you're going to run or no?
Including fracking?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, fracking, I think, look, the people on the Pennsylvania side of the border are driving Mercedes-Benz. The people on the New York State side of the border are driving 30-year-old Chevys. So what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens with the governor's race next year, John. So.
Well, it's going to be interesting, but she's going to have a head start of 16 months or 15 months. And I think she's going to have more common sense than not. But let's see what after my breakfast. I'll talk to you next Saturday.
Well, let us know if you don't mind. Mornings with Maria would love to have you back to make any announcements that you wish to make. We're here for you, John.
Thank you very much. Because America has to make a comeback, and right now we're behind the curve.
John Catsimatidis, it's always great to talk to you, sir. You wear many hats. Thank you, sir. It's good to see you.
Thank you.